The number you have reached has been disconnected. The new number is...
The phone booth.
All right, here we go. As we said, in the phone booth tonight, we're very, very excited to welcome up live in the studio, what's left of our studio at the moment, exciting new outfit out of Melbourne called We Are Fans. How are you guys?
Hey, great.
Fantastic.
There's 4 of them there. Let's go through it. Okay, we'll start up here. We've got Rick, Harris, Maxie, and new member Chris, I believe,
Yes.
too. Excellent. All right, let's talk about you guys are very newly formed. You just got an EP out at the moment. You've just done a Park Life Festival gig as well. You guys will be pretty happy with this.
Very.
Who's going to go first? Yeah, who's going to go? Yeah. All right, I'll start with Harris, I guess. We've known each other for a little while. This is something that I've known from you that's fairly new, I guess. Is it something you've been working on for a while?
Yeah, been working on it for a while. I've sort of kept it silent.
Yep,
for
nice.
Probably about a year and a half until sort of developed into what it is now.
And take us through those stages. I mean, from what your conception was into now the new members and new Chris from, I think, a week ago as well. Is that pretty fresh?
Chris is like, I think it was last Saturday.
Yeah,
over lunch or over lunch.
Chris.
I was thinking maybe he just hasn't left after the Park Life gig or something.
Just tagged along for the ride.
It started off as a studio project, sort of making disco sort of sounds, I guess, vintage kind of sounds, which I've always loved, but as Harris Robotis always made more sort of techie sounding stuff, and I just want to do something completely different. And then from that point, I wanted to turn it into a live show and get back to live music because I'm really a musician rather than a DJ. Yep. So, and then sort of slowly over that a year and a half, pieced the band together.
And so take us through who's doing what in the band then.
Well, there's Rick, who's on my right, which you can't see on the radio.
Is he always on the right of the gigs?
Yeah, Rick plays drums. We met through, he was making my cafe lattes up the road from where I was working in Melbourne. And so you've been playing drums.
I've been playing drums, and he just one day came up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm putting together a band. You know anyone that plays drums?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, sent me his stuff, and I liked it, and
sweet. Right, and so no more copies for him now, or do you have to do all the copies on tour?
I have to pay for him now. Yeah, exactly. They were free before.
Cool. And then you got Maxie, I guess, is the singer, vocalist. Yes.
Hi.
Cool. And how did you get looped into this?
It's actually a really, really bizarre thing. It's my dad.
Right.
Only by chance ran into mention that I sang to the woman who is now a manager, who knew Harris, and hooked that up.
Fantastic.
Turns out that we were really close and he lived like 2 blocks away from where he works. But it was through my dad.
Yeah, good for something, parents. And then our Chris has come along.
Yeah,
all
tag
right.
along for the ride.
Yeah, sweet. And so what are you doing?
So I play keys in the band.
Right.
And I joined last Saturday. No, I didn't join last Saturday. just actually like a bit over a month ago or something.
Yeah, it was about a month.
About a month ago.
But we've known Chris for a very long time.
I think we all four of us have known each other for a good 2 years. So
I guess
separately from each
Yeah.
other.
Doing things in the industry on your own right anyway, so coming together, cool. And so it's I guess as you said, a disco fun field sort of sound, or where would you say it?
It's quite fun, not really pretentious or anything. But I'd say the backbone of it is disco, but it goes off in different directions.
And the EP, the new EP, or the first EP, is doing great guns on here. It's getting great responses at the moment through industry and whatnot. We've got it on the station. Take us through those tracks.
Yeah, those tracks, they're actually quite old. But, they finally got released. I was actually, when I started the studio project, I was working with this girl from Holland who we met via MySpace, and she was out here on a working holiday. And then,
inverted commas, working holiday.
Working holiday. Her visa ran out and then she went back. And then it was after those 2 tracks, I was like, I want to continue this sound, continue the actual project, rather than just saying, I'm going to start a new project from scratch. So they were the, I guess, the first two tracks sort of to go out on the radar.
Which are Into My Life and Inferno we're talking about, so we are fans. So you guys are in town for a gig tonight, so give us a call here on the studio or text us in to find out exactly where, or check your gig guides. It's going to be a great little live set. First time performing here, but you've just done the East Coast pretty much?
We did 3 days in Sydney.
Yep.
And Adelaide, and we're doing some country shows.
Wow.
Coming up as well.
I'm hoping we're going to play behind Chicken Wire next week.
And the response in Sydney's been good?
Oh, it was
awesome.
Great.
Yeah. Fantastic. So and then, and as you said, the Park Life tour, which has been great, date was fantastic as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Perfect weather too.
Yeah, they can't.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. This time of year, you just never know. So
it's a bit hit or miss with the weather.
fantastic. Yeah, right. Yeah, especially in Melbourne. Yeah. Well, it's indoors tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's all sweet. And from here, what's next? I guess more tracks, album. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, we're working on the album. We're probably at the stage we've got about 20 demos. So it's the culling stage of picking the best bunch and then refining them and then getting them mixed down and stuff. So we're hoping. I think there's going to be another EP early next year.
Great.
And then
which is around the corner
year.
anyway.
Yeah, the sure creeps up on you.
Yeah.
But, and then we're planning the album to be out June, July next year.
Great. So we are fans. Look out for it. I'm sure we'll hear more from you. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
You've got the sound check in a few minutes. So yeah. But before we go, we always like to get the guests on the phone booth to play a track. Have you got anything you want to play for us tonight?
Yeah, sure. We'll play you actually our remix of ourselves.
Yeah, cool. Can you do that? Absolutely. You can do anything you want. And so this is just your own remixing, reinterpretation of what track?
Inferno, it is, yeah.
It's our DJ division.
All right, sweet. Multi-talented We Are fans. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Thank you.
For more, head to djrelax.com.